Hey, I'm Stephanie, and it's time for a Partners in Cream Project Pan update. This project was initially started by Steph Lyons and Delyn, both of whom will be listed in the show notes along with all the rules for the project. But the basic premise of it all is that it is inspiration for us to show our cream and liquid cosmetics the lurv they deserve before they expire, since they do tend to go off faster than powder cosmetics. I've been traveling for a couple of months, and I've been using pre-filmed content during that time, so I feel like I haven't filmed in forever. So let's see if I remember how to do this, and let's start with the lippies. Yippee! My Dior Lip Maximizer lip gloss rejoined the fold last update, and it was simultaneously the best and the worst decision I could have made for the summer. Why was it the best? Because the subtle, minty, cooling sensation of this gloss felt so refreshing during the hottest months of the summer. Not as effective as jumping in the ocean, but cooling nonetheless. Plus, the plumping effect of this gloss was also pretty effective, and so it made my lips look plump and juicy and glassy. So wonderful all around. Why was it then the worst decision of the summer? Well, I was traveling and I forgot to bring my lip sunscreen. I normally use the Perricone MD No Lipstick lipstick because it's the only lip sunscreen that I have found to date that not only looks nice, feels comfortable, but also doesn't taste like poison. So that's the one I normally use. I forgot to pack it, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I did know that I was planning on spending a week at the beach, but I just figured, I'm wearing sunscreen all the time. I have a wide-brimmed hat. I spend the peak sunshine hours under an umbrella or in the water. And so I just thought, it's going to be fine. And so I spent the week at the beach and I didn't notice any sunburned lips. I mean, after all, they are pink no matter what I do, but they also didn't feel dry or burned, to me anyway. That is until I was dressing up to go out to dinner one hot, sweltering evening, and I grabbed my Dior Lip Maximizer because I thought the minty, refreshing coolness would be perfect. So I put it on my lips and oh my God, it was not cool. It was fire all over my lips. Apparently, this is a great product if you want to test and see if your lips have gotten sunburned. And wow, was that a painful lesson. So me, being the completely rational human that I am, I got angry at this inanimate object and refused to use it for a while. But we ultimately reconciled, resulting in 29 uses over the past 2 months. And considering the fact that it is still wicked hot here and Europe doesn't have any air conditioning, I am going to keep this rolled into the project and use it as an alternative form of air conditioning. My Tom Ford lipstick in the shade Lara, on the other hand, was boring in comparison because it simply looked gorgeous and wore comfortably no matter how sunburned my lips are. So I ended up using this 42 times in the past 2 months. And this is a gorgeous color for summer, so I'm going to keep it rolled into the project because I know that I'm going to have a tan probably for at least another month. My Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Buff was also a great addition to the project for the summer because the long wear formula held up really well, even in the sweltering heat. But I only ended up using it 22 times in 2 months, and the reason for that was because 1, I spent a good deal of time at the beach where I wasn't wearing foundation, but 2, I also had the opportunity to test the Haus Labs foundation this summer, so that took a little bit of my face capacity away for testing out foundations. But I will be sharing my updated review of that. So if you were curious after seeing my first impressions of that foundation, make sure you're subscribed so you can see my update on the Haus Labs. As for this one, I'm going to keep it in this month still while I still have a tan, and then I'll probably have to roll it out for another shade once my tan fades. Next up was a total fail on my side, and it was the Roen 75-degree warm palette, which I only used a total of 4 times in 2 months. Why did I use one of my favorite palettes only 4 times? Because I forgot to pack it. I honestly forgot to pack an embarrassingly large amount of things for this trip, this included, so only 4 uses. But the good thing is I'm home now, so I can start using it again, and I already have. It's what is on my eyes today. And last but not least, we have my Hourglass Illume Sheer Color Trio, which got a whopping 44 uses in 2 months. And this was a great choice for the sweaty weather, especially the bronzer and the blush. They're just the perfect finish for my skin type for those hot summer more months. The one thing I have come to realize about this palette, though, is that I simply am not really that big a fan of the highlighter, at least not on my cheeks. As an inner corner highlight, as a brow bone highlight, it looks gorgeous. But on my cheeks, for some reason, it makes them look crusty, which confuses me a little bit because this is a cream, so it's not a very dry product, but at least, especially on this side, it just makes my face look not the best. And so I think maybe it's just not good on textured skin, but these two are good enough to make up for it. So I was very happy with it. And that, my friend, is everything. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you'll like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. But even if you don't, I hope you have a great week and that we can all remember that even stumbling can be a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.